Hey everybody, this is Alien Theory.
And Respect The Dent.
And this is Blotter Talk. So today we're talking about MKUltra. If you don't know what that is, that's not surprising. There is more stuff coming out about it now.
Well, Wikipedia says Project MKUltra, also called the CIA Mind Control Program, is the code name given to the program for experiments on the human subjects that were designed and undertaken by the U.S. CIA to identify and develop drugs and procedures to be used in interrogations in order to weaken the individual and force confessions through mind control.
Stephen Kinzer did an interview on NPR for his book Poisoner in Chief, which the subtext of that is Sidney Gottlieb and the CIA's search for mind control. And basically how he describes the program was that MKUltra was a project lasting up to 10 years in which the CIA sought to find ways to control the human mind. They wanted to be able to have a truth serum that would make prisoners say everything they knew. Also, an amnesiac. I don't even know how the fuck to say that.
I can't say that word either.
Basically, something that would give people amnesia. That would make people forget what they had done. Okay, I could have just kept reading. Most important technique or a drug that would allow the CIA to direct agents to carry out acts like sabotage or assassination and then forget that they had ever been ordered to do it or even that they carried out the actions at all. So MKUltra was the most sustained search in history for techniques on mind control. This is a CIA mind control program. This is something they actually spent money on. This is something that they actually looked into. I mean, this sounds like out of a science fiction movie.
It does.
And it makes life seem like a movie as well. I mean, just with all the things that when you realize like what the government has looked into.
And like, it just makes you think like, what are they doing every day that we don't know?
Yeah.
Because all this was going on for like 10 years.
The director of this was a man named Sidney Gottlieb. Their search was for a drug that they thought the Russians already had. So they thought that we need to find that same thing. Sidney Gottlieb actually was looking to buy the world supply of LSD. Basically, all of the LSD that Sandoz Corporation, where Albert Hoffman worked, he wanted to buy all of it.
With funding from... just government funding to buy all of it, basically.
Right? Oh, the budget for this seems really interesting. I don't know a lot of that.
Is it just all over? Is it just all over, like the numbers?
Well, see, that's the thing. So since a lot of the documents were destroyed, we can't even find where some of the financing came from. There's a lot of weird, shady stuff with this. What Gottlieb did was he would set up these bogus foundations, and then he used that to bring LSD in and give it out to like clinics or to prisons and universities. Now, here's something that's interesting from that. That was the start of the CIA mind control program.
Yes.
And they were just trying to see what the effects were. So that's why they gave it out to hospitals and things like that.
And universities.
Yeah, and university. Well, people in college, kids need to make money. They participate in an experiment.
I suppose.
And what they did was, or what was interesting about that is that a lot of the people that were volunteers in that not only enjoyed the experience, some of the biggest names in the counterculture movement were part of those experiments. They volunteered in those programs. Not knowing that it was from the CIA.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think anyone actually knew. In fact, so like you have people like Ken Kesey, the author of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, also part of the Married Pranksters. He was so influenced by that experiment with LSD. He actually got a job at the same hospital and stole the LSD to give to his friends.
What a hero.
Yeah.
What an unsung hero.
Then you have Robert Hunter. He was the Grateful Dead's lyricist. Yep. Then you had Allen Greensberg, who was a poet and very much sung a lot about how like the positive effects of LSD. This program basically is what started the counterculture movement in the 60s. Yeah. The whole reason I think that even American people, were able to get a hold of LSD was because it was brought over through the CIA.
Oh yeah, they definitely helped push it without them knowing. They were definitely not trying to.
I mean, no, they weren't trying to. I mean, they definitely created something that came back to,
Haunt them,
and it came back to bite them in the ass. And I think that, I mean, if you really want to get conspiratorial with it, Terence McKenna, he thinks the real reason that psychedelics are illegal is because they open up your mind and because they show you that everything you know could be wrong. It has nothing to do with a government caring about you and making sure you don't want to jump out of a window.
No.
I think that's really why psychedelics are illegal, because they open up your mind too much.
Yeah.
You can't have a population that's questioning the authority.
Yeah.
And I feel that like psychedelics, they definitely can put you in that mindset of doing so.
It can uninstall decades of like pre-installed structural stuff that you've been told by like
through society or through like religion.
Through school,
all those kind of things. I mean, get broken down and like ripped away with LSD. So I mean, I definitely think that's. I mean, again, them bringing it, I don't think they anticipated what would happen with it.
No, they thought they could like somehow keep it under control.
Yeah, and I think if I remember correctly, Albert Hoffman, he sent it to America, I think, to be used for psychiatric like psychotherapy, and he thought there was great benefit in that. And I haven't read his book, LSD, My Problem Child.
Yeah.
Something in there he did. I think he kind of wasn't happy with the hippie movement using it. And I mean, I don't deny that like psychedelics can have a healing and therapeutic potential.
Right.
But to say that they can't be used recreationally, I also think is wrong.
Yeah, to put like just a therapeutic restriction on it is just. I see it. It's kind of it's just weird because that's limiting it to just that like therapeutic experience.
And the other thing is that it's not to say. I mean, using LSD recreationally.
Yeah.
Anyone that's taken it, you can tell you that even though you're taking it in that recreational way, there is still. It's not. I don't think it's necessarily just one or the other.
No,
all the time.
Like, even during those recreational times per se, there's still those like experiences that you can come back and. They could be therapeutic. They could have been like an actual lesson or something like.
Right, and when you have those experiences in a recreational manner, I still don't see that as a negative.
No.
You know, to say that you can only take LSD or any psychedelic for that matter, only in that healing way, or therapeutic. I don't agree with that. I mean, they started AA using LSD.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
I can't remember Bill W's name, like what his last name is, but
oh wow.
Yeah, they used acid in conjunction with therapy, and they had again, I've heard different numbers, but the one I heard the most was a 30% success rate with people getting off or with their alcoholism.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, that was before the sweeping, anti-drug laws came in. Yeah. So, after that, AA wasn't allowed to use it. There was being research done on different psychedelic compounds, mushrooms.
Not just LSD.
Yeah, like John Hopkins did studies. And I think that's all well and good. And I don't deny that they have that aspect to them. But it already makes your ego take a back seat. But also, you stop being and you just exist.
Yeah.
You're not judging all these things you're doing, or if you are judging them, it's because there's, you're questioning, trying to figure out that thing in your life. You don't have any of these insecurities. You don't have any of these inhibitions. There's all that stuff is gone, and you're just existing.
You're just there.
Yeah.
And you're comfortable with it too.
Yeah, like, it's not scary. I mean, I guess it can be scary for some people.
If you're having a good experience and you're perceiving it as a good experience, and having a good time. But
and setting is fucking huge.
Yes, people do not understand the extent of that. I meet too many people that still treat the psychedelic as just another party drug. And they try to take it and go.
But I don't have a problem with it being used in that way.
Right, me either. But like. Setting, I hear them take it and they act like it's like weed. They go about their day and they get in unsafe situations, and it's like, so you wouldn't have gotten in that situation maybe if the setting was different, being in a comforted area or something. Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, I can't imagine us taking acid at a rave, without ever trying it before.
Right.
And
exactly.
and that could be bad.
Yes.
Because we have no idea what it's like. So. for the love of God, people, test your shit.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Everyone I know and have met that like treats it just like another, like it's weed. They don't test it. How do you know how do you know?
No one has ever died of ingesting a psychedelic.
Correct.
You can do stupid things on a psychedelic,
Yes.
but the ingestion of it, anyone that's died, that has been reported, you know, that it's they took LSD and they died. They most likely didn't test it. I'm really kind of surprised how many people don't test their stuff. Yeah. I mean, think about this. If you're putting something into your body, do you not want to make sure that it's not going to kill you or that it's not going to have some really bad side effect?
Yeah, like, again, even legal pharmaceuticals, all those side effects are on the bottle. And people still put it in their body. Like,
yeah,
that's legal.
I mean,
again, and we're talking about acid, which has really...
Yeah, there's no government regulation. There's nobody overseeing this. So when you get it from someone, test it.
Yeah.
For the love of God,
test kits are not illegal.
Yeah, it's not illegal to own the test. I mean, now if you're watching this in a different country, we're in the United States.
Yeah,
as far as I know, I ordered mine right through the mail.
Yep.
A lot of people have ordered it through the mail. That's pretty much only way you can get it. I believe is through the mail.
It's not going to be sitting at Walmart or something. No.
Yeah, we'll put the link in the YouTube description if you guys would like to learn more about that. Psychsubstance. He's done a couple of videos on how to do the testing of things like LSD, Molly, DMT, I believe as well. You just want to make sure that whatever you're doing, it actually is what it is. So don't fuck around with that. I mean, you know,
because that's where the scary stories come from most of the time.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's gonna be people who have just bad experiences.
Oh yeah, bad experiences. Yeah, but like health wise, like from it, like, you know, we hear people take like, it could be NBomb and they don't know, and then all of a sudden they get huge dehydration or their organs start failing.
There's kids that die all the time at festivals.
Exactly.
And they later find out that there was NBomb.
Yes.
And NBomb is not like acid.
No,
I mean, like,
it is not.
I don't know where people get this idea that if you swallow NBomb, then it's not orally active.
Oh.
And they think, because if they don't have a test kit, they think, if I just take this and just swallow it, then it can't harm me. And that's just not, because your body's still going to process it. So again, get a test kit.
Yes. We have yet to have any fake stuff, which is nice.
Yeah. Well, we know good people. I mean,
it's just test your shit.
Yeah, seriously. It's not something it's again, you know, you may think that we're being party poopers about this, but it's seriously, you want to have a good time, you want to have a great experience. The first key would be to make sure that you are safe, that you're healthy, you know, and then you can have fun. For fuck's sake,
you can have fun.
Yeah,
you don't gotta worry about it.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, and you know, I've had the experiences where I've pretty much thought I broke my brain.
Oh yeah.
And you know, and you always come back from it, which.
Yeah, you come back going, not in.
Yeah.
for like those first 2, 3 hours, 4 hours, you're sitting there going, oh God.
Oh yeah. Oh no, they can convince you that you are absolutely, you're fucked.
Yes. All the experiences.
Yeah, but I don't think the recreational use is bad.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's not bad.
And obviously that is not what MKUltra was doing.
No.
CIA actually had that one program, Midnight Orgasm.
Oh yeah.
That was they'd set up brothels and then
they bought brothels or whatever, and then like had like prostitutes in them.
Yep, and the prostitutes would drug them, the Johns, and then there was a two-way watching room. In some of these where they would watch the men and try to see what they could learn through drugs and sex on
for our safety.
Yes.
Okay.
So Sidney Gottlieb.
Yes.
Apparently outside of him being the director of this, was like a hippie.
Like would write poetry.
I think he moved to India at one point with his wife. I mean, not that makes you a hippie, but you know what I'm trying to say. A completely different person. And how did you do those kind of things to people?
I don't see you as a spiritual hippie if you can do that to people during your day job and come home and just be peaceful.
But you know, there's that's part of like you call it cognitive dissonance, which I think exists a lot in that kind of stuff. He did take LSD himself, and in the beginning he said to try. I think trying to figure out how it worked. And I wonder if he ever had moments where he was questioning what he was doing,
like actually like questioning, like his job and if this was actually like
this is the right thing to be doing. I don't understand how someone who could take a psychedelic like that. Yeah. But then again, me and you've talked about like, there's people that take LSD and they get into like Satanism. I don't know if they look at it as negative though.
It's probably not negative to them, even though they see that demonic stuff or bad evil.
They don't see it as evil. Like they're being objective about it.
Yeah.
Did Sidney not see what he was doing as wrong? Because I don't know if psychedelics really can teach you necessarily right from wrong.
Right.
All the hippie things about how you feel like love and connection and all that. I feel that on LSD.
Yes.
I've never felt any kind of negative feeling towards other people.
Right.
So that's interesting that he was still able to do that. I wonder if like he's had experiences and then when he was sober, he tried justifying it by saying, I'm doing this for national security.
See, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe he just tried to go to the patriotic route or something.
Yeah. And that you can justify just about anything when you talk about patriotism.
Yeah.
I want to talk about cultural brainwashing. I would say that patriotism is, they've already done that in some extent. And not to say that if you're patriotic, you're bad or wrong or anything, but I definitely would say that there is a form of brainwashing through that.
Was he taking psychedelics during the experiments?
He took them in the beginning.
Okay.
Was he always a hippie, or did it slowly progress? Don't get me wrong. I mean, I like to see somebody who learns from their mistakes and does the right thing.
Yeah.
I've always liked those kind of stories. They make me have small moments of faith back in humanity.
Yeah.
What are they doing now that we don't know about?
Oh yeah, like I mean, see that's the thing. Like MKUltra as the project name is terminated and gone, but they still could be experimenting with still LSD or other types of mind-altering drugs.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I know, the CIA stopped trying with LSD. They've moved to different pharmaceutical drugs,
but there's still some types of possible psychedelics. Mind-altering drugs.
Well, it's mind-altering in some way, but I don't know. I've heard of BZ. I don't know. Every time I try to look it up, I keep hitting. I just keep hitting a brick wall of something completely different than what I've heard about with BZ.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's even real. And again, it sounds so much like a fucking movie.
Oh yeah. It's just hearing using government funding to get brothels, have a guy behind a mirror watching.
Yeah. I mean, and
he was whacking it.
I can't even, Oh yeah. They probably all were.
Oh my God.
Enjoying that.
Jesus. And no one was anyone checking in on Sidney.
Sidney Gottlieb just had free reign.
My God.
Yeah, that's fucking scary.
That is scary. At a level like that in society, yeah, that is scary. Like CIA high level funding can basically do whatever you want.
Yeah. And I mean, and no one, there was no government oversight or anything on what he was doing. Wasn't until the Churchill Committee.
Yeah, they started
investigating, and I think he got,
what made them start
I don't know enough about Churchill. I just know that there was a lot of stuff that they uncovered.
Were they finding people that had the drug or
what they were finding? No, it's from what I read, it was they did find some documents that did exist still.
Okay.
Oh, see, no, wait a minute. I don't know. The chronology is kind of weird because I thought he had them destroyed after the Churchill Committee talked to him and he was get rid of it. But
they could have found some and then talked to him.
I thought it was those everything was ordered to be destroyed. But they did still find documents, and there was other weird things that they're what was this about? And that led them to figuring out about Sidney and the program.
This is way before really computers are being used. So honestly, paper trail. There's probably no way he got every piece of paper. And receipts or something.
Yeah, there's got to be, and like I said, I don't. There was a lot of it that's gone, so we don't know everything.
Yeah, before Sidney was in, they were testing mind-altering drugs. Before MKUltra, was it a different name?
There was Project Bluebird and Project Artichoke. So I think those, if I remember correctly, they graduated into MKUltra. One of the interesting things that I remember reading about was Timothy Leary. Yeah. I mean, huge guru in the counterculture movement. Yeah. Before he used LSD, he went down to Mexico after seeing a Lifetime article about people going down there and taking magic mushrooms. Yep. And what's really interesting about that that adds to more of this seeming like a fucking science fiction plot is that Sidney Gottlieb paid for that ad.
Yeah, that's right. We're in a cinematic universe.
Universe is a hologram.
Remember, reality is an illusion. The universe is a hologram. Buy gold. Buy!
Crossover happening.
I don't know what the point of them having the ad was.
Right.
I don't know if that was to try and inspire other people to. But I know that when he came back, he did get LSD from one of Sidney Gottlieb's foundations.
Okay.
Yeah.
He didn't know he was getting from Sidney.
I don't think through one of his foundations, but that was, that was something that was interesting that they were even doing that kind of ad. I mean, they were giving it out to universities.
So he went down there, took shrooms, and he came back up and then took LSD.
He said in that when he took mushrooms, he said, I learned more about my mind or my brain in that one trip than I have in my 10 years or whatever it was of
living,
education.
Education.
Through his education, going to become a psychologist.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That is.
And I've heard that stuff about ayahuasca, like people saying
DMT.
that. I mean, DMT seems to leave people with like a life-changing like view of life.
Thanks for checking out this episode. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe.
And be sure to check out the link in the description for more.